Discovery video number 80. I'm on the home page here. We'll log into the free area. View all Discovery videos, link or banner. Big red arrow, right hand side. This is my listing of value odds and overlay preferred races. In these races, I have a much better than average chance on getting a high-priced value odds or overlay winner. As my 16 years of research has shown me, these are the races where the money's at. Starter allowance races. It'll say ALW and amount, and it'll have the little letter S. It has to have the S on the end. All other allowance races are not preferred. Non-graded stakes races, they'll have like the name of the stake, like the Gardenia 75,000. Or if it's a grade 3, it'll say G3. No grade 2 and grade 1. No, those are not preferred. Just grade 3, non-graded. Maiden claiming races. You know what those are. Maiden special weight races. Claiming races with a condition. You'll see CLM, the claiming price, and then you'll have numbers and letters to the right of the claiming price. Any combination of these, that's a conditional claimer. Bottom and low level claiming races. This is your $5,000 to $10,000 claiming races at most tracks. The video we're going to do on this particular one here is fits into that category. And then all races run on the turf and all races run over a wet track. As far as what tracks to follow, that seems to be the second question I get. Basically, the very simple answer is absolutely the way we do everything. We try to keep things simple because, you know what? I found out that simple works. After decades of trying to complicate all this process, and through trial and error, simple works. Common sense. Use your common sense. Look at the tracks I'm making videos on. Louisiana Downs, Belmont Park, Delaware Park, Remington Park, Delaware Park, Turfway Park, Louisiana Downs, Belmont Park, Calder, Turfway Park, Monmouth Park, Remington Park, Monmouth Park. Okay, so if you want to know where the money's at, just check and see where I'm making the videos. That's where the money's at. Okay, now let's take a look at a race here at Turfway Park. $5,000 claimer. That is a bottom to low level claiming race, a preferred race. Got a very interesting top pick here, because that's the next thing I do. Once I see a preferred race, I look for the value odds horse. And if we're lucky, we'll only have one, because that makes our job a lot easier. And if that one happens to be on top as the top pick, that's all right in my book. But the bottom line is, before we really get into looking at that horse, I need to know what the odds are near post time. Here's your odds near post time. Number 2, Clea. Our top pick value odds horse was 12 to 1. And that's in my wheelhouse. I really want to be around 10 to 1 or higher. The whole thing on value odds horses is that based on their morning line odds and based on their selection order, they could offer value odds, but some of them get bet down and they no longer are value odds. I do not bet value odds horses that are bet down, really below double digits. I just don't bet them. 12 to 1's okay for me here, especially seeing and here's the rest of Group A, by the way. 5-2, 4-1, 3-1. So obviously our top pick in here is the best overlay by far. The next thing I do, once I know I'm going to get a price, and oh, by the way, there's two ways that you can tell whether you're going to get a price. If you cannot be there to watch the tote board, or if you cannot watch the race live and know what the odds are near post time, there's two ways. Way number one, look at the morning line odds of the horse. As you can see, number 2 clear here is 15-1. Any horse that's 15-1 or 20-1 morning line or higher is a psychological block for the horse players. So if you do have a value odds horse, 15-1 or 20-1 morning line, chances are you are going to get a good price on that horse. It's only those value odds horses that are 8-1 and 10-1 morning line that sometimes get bet down. Okay, so that's one way that you can look in advance and you know, judge whether you're probably going to get a good price. The next way is to use a conditional wagering, which is offered by Twin Spires and some other companies. I use Twin Spires. They allow me to set a minimum odds requirement on all my bets. So if my horse gets bet down below my minimum, my bet's not placed. So I'll say, you know, I'll set it at maybe like 0 minutes to post. I want my horse to be 10-1 or higher, or whatever. You can set the odds anything you want. But there's two ways around if you cannot be there to watch the race. Okay, and I know that that's an issue for some people. Now, the odds are there. I want to know the story on Clea. Well, I got a good combination here. She's got the value odds with par and value odds with best total pace icons, and that comes out of the 36 proven winning overlay angles. And we're going to scroll down to angle number 10, which is the value odds angle. And there's certain other icons that I like to look for on a value odds horse. Okay, here's angle 10 value odds angle. I highlighted in green here. There are 5 certain other icons that, when listed on a value odds horse, have proven to be very potent. So when you see a value odds icon, and you also see either pace, final time, par, late pace, or total pace, this is very potent. And our horse here, our top pick, has both the par and the best total pace. So that right there gives me some confidence. What else are we looking at? The black J and S, or J/S. That simply means that this horse is getting a positive jockey switch. The jockey today is a better jockey that rode her last time out. Okay. More importantly, though, is the blue and white successful trainer pattern icon. Now, this report that we're looking at here is the Quick F report. I always use this report, but then when I want more information, I click on the Diamond report. Okay, and the Diamond report, you know, obviously, as you can see here, has a whole bunch more information. And I highlighted some of the important things, and it also has the comments in here too. But the comment that goes with that blue and white successful trainer pattern icon is the one in orange here. Trainer does very well with those going from a route to a sprint. Okay, I look at that, and then I happen to notice the sire is a Fleet Alex, and the dam sire is Formal Gold. This horse is bred to run all day long. Yet, as you can see here, I highlighted the races this horse has been running. These are the furlongs. This horse has been running, you know, 6 furlongs, 5.5, 6 furlongs, 6 furlongs, 6.5 furlongs. Why they haven't stretched this horse out today's a mile. Why they haven't stretched her out previous to this race, I don't know. But the trainer does very well with those going from a sprint to a route, and the pedigree would suggest to me that absolutely this is the right move. And then also another little tidbit here, blinkers coming off today. Okay, there's a lot of signals pointing in the yes direction of number 2 Clea. And then also on the winning overlay situations A through Z, Clea's got 3 angles, H, S, and X. Any horse that has 3 angles or more on this report, and this is a daily report for all tracks for members. Any horse with 3 or more, very potent. And the combination of S and X, also a potent combination. So lots of things to like. The next thing, also best turn time. She has the best turn time rating, speed around the final turn. The next thing I like to know is, just for research purposes, that's what all of this is, why is the betting public not betting this horse? This is pretty easy. First of all, the betting public, majority thereof, does not like horses switching surfaces for whatever reason. She's coming from the turf to the all-weather, which is not much of a stretch, going in either direction. Whether a horse is going from all-weather to turf or from turf to all-weather is not much of a stretch. Now, they might have said, well, if she can't run on turf, she's not going to handle the all-weather. That's a possibility, what the betting public said. But remember, we've got a trainer pattern here that I think overrides the thinking of the public. Also, here's probably more so the reason than the other thing, is the horse is shipping in from Ohio at River Downs. Kentucky, people that bet on Kentucky tracks do not respect horses shipping in from River Downs, okay, or from the Ohio circuit. They're considered the ugly stepchild or the red-headed stepchild. But if you look here, 5 races, this horse was finished 3rd in a race at Churchill. Okay, so she's technically not only an Ohio horse shipping to Kentucky, she's a Kentucky horse that shipped to Ohio, that shipped back to Kentucky. But the betting public doesn't, they don't really look far back. They say turf didn't do well, before that River Downs, no way. Where I see the trainer put her on the turf to get her ready for the all-weather track and the stretch out in distance, like we explained in the successful trainer pattern, taking the blinkers off today. So with that, see, the reasons why the betting public did not bet this horse are the same reasons why we like the horse. And the reason why is because, see, this report tells a complete story. All right. Every race is a different story, and every horse is a different story. And these reports do an excellent job on, offering you the complete story. You just need to learn how to interpret them. That's all you need to do. Okay, so I think, we're ready to place our bet here. First bet's always the win bet. Even if we're going to play exotic wagers like a trifecta, we definitely don't want a 12 to 1 shot as our key horse, and we play the trifecta, and somehow we miss the trifecta, and we don't cash on our 12 to 1 horse. Beat your head against the wall time again. Been there, I've been there, you've been there, we've all been there. So we eliminate that pain by putting the win bet down first. And for the videos, I go $10 to win. Some players only bet to win, and they have unlimited bankrolls, and they still only bet to win. So the win bet is not only for those who are light in the bankroll. It's a very conservative, good way to grow your bankroll if you're focusing on overlays and preferred races in situations like this. Okay, I'll put my $10 to win now. If I want to play exotics, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wheel my exacta. So I'm going to go with $2 exacta. And if we got daily doubles, I also wheel my doubles. So $10 to win, or whatever depending on your bankroll, that could be more or less. So win bet, wheel the double, wheel the exacta. Next, the trifecta. I play it as follows. Key horse on top, that's the 2. Then in the second position of the trifecta, we have the 4, 8, 7, 3. That represents the rest of the horses in Group A and the top horse in Group B. Then in the third position, I go all. 10-cent super, fourth position, all. The only thing left over is your pick 3s and pick 4s. Now, when I find a special horse like this, and let me say this, I know I've said this in many videos, but I really love to see a top pick with the best total pace. Okay? Regardless on whether it's a value odds horse or not. And if you throw in there the best turn time rating, I'm loving it even more. Okay? So let's suffice to say that this is a special looking horse based on how we've read the complete story. What we like to do is we like to take a special horse we think is going to go off at good odds. Because let's say we're going to play the pick 3 or pick 4, we're not going to know what the odds are going to be near post time. But by knowing that she's 15-to-1 morning line, it's telling us that she's probably going to be good odds. Okay? So, we take our single, our high odds single with a good chance to win, and that's our single in the pick 3. Whereas other horse players, they like to try to find a sure winner as a single at low odds. That makes no sense to me because everybody's going to have that horse alive, and the horse still has to win. And if he wins, what's it going to pay? I mean, I play pick 3s and pick 4s to make money. I don't want a $40 pick 3. You know, the object of the game is not to find the winner. If the horse player looks at a race and says, okay, I just need to find the winner here, that's called chasing. Okay? It's a similar term that's used in sports betting in Vegas for those who bet in sports. Chasing is always a losing proposition long term. If a horse player is trying to find the winner of the race, every race, he's chasing, or she. If the horse player is programmed and is on course to focus on overlays when they exist and take advantage of those situations when they exist, now you're talking long-term profit as a horse player. Okay? So essentially what we're doing is we're waiting for overlay betting situations, positive overlay betting situations. We don't love the horse, we love the situation. The only reason I talk about the horse is because I like to know the history of the horse. I like to know the story of everything just for research purposes. But so we're going to key a single in the pick 3. The 2 horse will be our single. And then in the other races of the pick 3, we simply play the Group A horses. That's it. So we single our high odds horse and the pick 3, and then the Group A horses in the other races of the pick 3 and the pick 4. And there you go. Total pace comes into play here to here. Turn time from here to here. Had that momentum. Going away by 4.5. Oriana Rossi, my buddy. Very underrated jock. She's what I call the female Eddie D. That's what I call her, among other things. 11-to-1. Final odds, $24 on the Win Mutual. Your favorite, where's your favorite here? Favorite. Third. Second favorite. Up the track. And this frequently happens in our preferred races. So we got $140 exacta. We hit the trifecta, the super, and the pick 3s, and the pick 4, and we hit it all with our strategy. And here's your payoffs. With the win bet, exacta, trifecta, super, doubles, exacta. I think I said exacta already. Pick 3s and pick 4. $2,373.30, focusing on that one particular nice looking horse. Okay? And the last thing I'm going to mention is, well, we've discussed handicapping. We've discussed proven wagering strategies. The last thing I'm going to discuss is bankroll management. You have to set aside a certain amount of your, whatever, X amount of dollars for horse racing. That is your bankroll. Now, of that amount, you want to set a maximum percentage of that amount that you will bet in any given race that you do bet, and hopefully you're following the preferred race situations. I suggest you make the maximum 1 to 2%. The reason being is if you do that, you almost guarantee that you'll never tap out your bank. Okay, so if you play a maximum 1 to 2% of your bankroll, of your horse racing bankroll, on any given race, the odds are you will never tap out, and you will be able to get from one hit to the next hit by managing your bankroll. So that's why I say 1 to 2% is, well, it will work for you. Like I said, you're not going to tap out your bank if you stick to the 1%, 2% rule. And if you're starting off with a small bank, so did a lot of other members. You got to start somewhere. Small bank, not a problem. The whole idea is that we get your bankroll to grow. So sometimes it's going to grow quickly, sometimes it's going to grow slowly. But we're going to get it to grow. We follow our handicapping and our wagering strategies and our bankroll management. That's what you call the recipe for long-term profit as a horse player. How do I know this? I spent the last 16 years of my life researching, testing, trying, experimenting, just about, well, not just about, everything you can ever think of that involves the sport, this wagering part of it, and every other aspect of it. And the result is what you're watching in the videos. The result of what works is what you're watching in the videos. So these are your study libraries. And this free page here, this free area, is your library. You got 80 discovery videos, and then if you scroll down a little bit, you will see a laptop computer there. There's 424 more videos there. 424 more videos. Okay? So you got over 500 videos in your library to study, plus all this other great information on this page. Also, not to mention the 36 proven angles. So, study up, keep watching the videos, and let's keep going in the forward direction. Thank you very much for viewing, and good luck.